The Fed wants to increase unemployment, but the Dallas job market is stronger than ever. Will the Fed succeed? Is the Dallas job market strong enough to stand up against the Fed? And most importantly, can you have job security moving to Dallas with a new job? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. 4 metrics, the Dallas job market, and hopefully peace of mind for you. Well, hello, this is Wendy Pinnell, and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said it will be almost impossible for the central bank to beat inflation without hundreds of thousands of Americans losing their jobs. In fact, Fed officials expect the unemployment rate to rise to 4.4% next year, up from 3.7% in August. Now, I realize that may seem like a small percentage, right? But experts say such an increase would likely push more than 1 million workers out of their current jobs. So, here you are, you're thinking about moving to Dallas, but you need to know if you're going to have job security when you get here. You're not alone either, okay? According to Bankrate, more than half of people who started a new, better paying role in the last year are worried about their job security. So here's the question of the hour. Can the Dallas job market withstand the onslaught of over 1 million Americans losing their jobs? I mean, that's what the Fed wants, right? Well, we're going to dig into that, right? And we're going to evaluate the Dallas job market with 4 different metrics. Oh, and be sure to stick around to the end, okay? Because I'm going to give you 3 tips of things you can do if you're kind of worried about job security. Well, if we want to evaluate the Dallas job market, we're not going to find any better place to look than the Texas Labor Market Review. I mean, right off the bat, front and center on the second page, it shows an over-the-month increase of 40,000 jobs just this past September. And that brings me to our first metric. Let's talk about job growth. Texas is looking at an increase of 465,000 jobs from January to September alone. And while every metro, achieved positive annual growth, get this, the DFW area topped every other Texas metro in the United States with employment growth at a rate of over 7% annual growth. Okay, so did you catch that? Dallas beat the entire country in job growth. On to our second metric though, which is diversity and volume of new job positions. Now, I really liked seeing that numerous industries had an increase in jobs this past year. Okay, we're talking occupations anywhere from like mining, logging, construction, to business services, to education and health services. Okay, all of those had annual growth rates from like 7 to over 11%. Okay, but let's take a look at just September. Okay. Employment in trade, transportation, and utilities scored 7,600 new positions. Leisure and hospitality jobs grew by 25,700 jobs, and financial activities added a total of 6,200 jobs. So just kind of keep this in the back of your mind, all right? Because even if the Fed's plans do come to fruition, and you end up being laid off, just be aware that these job fields are dominating the market and have tons of demand in the Dallas Metroplex. Moving on to our third metric though, and this one's kind of fun. The Texas Labor Market Review keeps tabs on the help wanted ads. They show that help wanted ads increased substantially across all sectors over the month, but especially in fields such as registered nurse or software developer. Okay, so job postings for those occupations really high. All right, well, obviously, in such a state of job growth, Texas unemployment rates have dropped as well, which brings me to metric number 4, Dallas unemployment rate. Well, this September's unemployment rate was 1.3% lower than last year at 3.6%, which, by the way, is the 6th lowest unemployment rate in the entire country. Okay, so that's Texas. In DFW, the unemployment rate is even lower at only 3.4%. In many of my videos, you're going to hear me refer to Dallas as having a robust job market. What I've never done, though, is give you those actual details, right? I mean, you're making life-changing decisions about relocating your family to Dallas. You don't need to be taking my word or anyone else's about how robust the Dallas job market is. And now you won't have to. And again, when we connect, you're ready to move here, we don't want to just help you buy a home, okay? We want to take it beyond that. We want to make sure you're informed, that you have confidence in the housing market, in the job market, and that you're just really set up to succeed here in Dallas. Well, as you can see, all indicators, all of those metrics point to the fact that we definitely have a strong job market here in Dallas. But what if you're still worried about job security? Well, I mentioned earlier giving you 3 tips, and here they are. If you're worried about job security, here are 3 things you can do. Number 1, ask your manager what skills you could expand on. Number 2, strengthen your workplace relationships, especially with higher ups and executives who might be the ones making those layoff choices. And number 3, if you're considering a new company, check recent news coverage to see whether the company has recently had layoffs anywhere else. Well, I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments future videos you'd like to see. In the meantime, though, thank you so much for watching, and listen, have a great day.